everyone. Well, not everyone yet. Hey, Jamie, how are you? Mr. Williams is here. Sam, how are you? As everybody suddenly, makes their appearances and the screens populate, gradually we see everyone. Hey, Ben. Hey, Ching. Jess is, doing her thing. Saul is there. Good man, Saul. He's putting all the most valuable ornaments over there in that dresser, so the reverse turn and kick takes them out. Etna, how are you? So for everyone in this group, hey Jess, for everyone in this group, we should have invites sent out for the Google Classroom stuff. Again, obviously the black belts aren't expected to be doing anything on that and sending us videos, but over time there might be resources on there that'll be useful or helpful to you. But for the red tags, red belts, and so on there, and for the black tags, indeed, the resources will be up there. Everything that we're putting up is between myself, Richie in East Cork, and a bit of stuff from Mr. Ryan and Quinn. And so it's going to take us a little while to coordinate some of the combinations and techniques all the way to the top. But as we go day by day, we're adding a few more to it. So you should have plenty to get you started. Don't worry, Ching. We'll get you started. Ching, it must be very cold there. Did you turn off the heating or something? Windows are all open. Double doors behind the camera there. Wide open there. We'll see all the flies coming in a while. So yeah, today I do want to have quite a physical session today. We'll see how it goes. A little bit of conditioning, especially with the legs. My hips may fall off me because I've done a little bit in each of the two sessions, but I spared myself a bit so I'd have something left for you guys. So we're going to do quite a bit with the legs. Really just a hip burner of a session. And then we'll have some hand techniques maybe towards the finish. But really, the first part of the session is geared at just getting those hips absolutely fired up and warm and tired and broken. So if we're walking at the end of the session, or if you drive home and no, that's just me, you'll be fine. Take one. Okay, folks, so let's begin with this. We're going to have, let me see. Okay, let's begin with this one. So I just want you bouncing on the toes, and we're going to have lift and shift to the side, lift and shift to the other side. And all I really want is that aggressive knee lift and a hop underneath. And we're going to do 12. Go. Cool. Shaking out the arms. Really getting those wrists light and loose. Open the fingers out. Get the blood circulating. Windmills. Other way. Hug yourself and spread. You can pick different angles for the arms. I still have one wonky shoulder, but that doesn't explain why my arms are going in different directions. That's deliberate, somewhat. Okay, and we go forward. Okay, both arms. I'll just do the one for now because the other one's a bit wonky. Both arms back. You can let the knees soften. Maybe I can do back. It's not great either, but anyway. And bend the knees. We go right, back fist, left, back fist. One, back fist, left, back fist. And we're going to do another 8, 6, 4, 2, and done. Feet about double shoulder width. We go hands to the floor, hands behind, hands to the hips. Hips go forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, very slowly getting faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. From there, keep the toes forward all the way to the left side. Gentle bounces towards the knee, pulling the chest down. 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold. Chest and knee. Really hug it close. and we go to the opposite side. So gentle bounces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold, bring the chest to the knee. Back up and turn the toes. So same idea, but now we're turning in the direction of the hamstring completely. Hands to the floor, chest bouncing towards the knee. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're trying to push the palms down to the floor. And change. So we go to the other side, same exact thing. Gentle bounces. And press the palms to the floor. Turn both toes out slightly and press. And you can roll right and left, just ease yourself into it. Hopefully everyone's doing all right. Really do try and leverage into that, press into it. And straighten up, press the palms to the floor and push the hips back. And up from here, we're going to bring in the feet a little bit. Try and turn the feet sideways. Heels no wider than your hips, okay? So that's what we're looking for. And we'll just start pressing the knees out as you drop down. We'll go below level for the moment, and we'll start from here. So we want to press the knees out, bring yourself up to level and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
lower it now.
9,
Yeah.
10. Up, down.
Feet a bit wider. Feet a bit wider as well.
Just moving through that 90-degree angle. 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold.
Yeah, maybe even a bit lower as well, Sam. So you want from your knee to your hip to be nice and flat. So you want your thigh nice and flat, parallel.
Up, down.
Oh. That's it. And keep the body up tall. Don't go too far forwards.
Press up onto the toes. Hold level. Up, downs.
Yeah, so pulsing
Hands
up and down.
on the floor. Straighten the legs. We'll go a little bit wider. Lower your elbows to the ground. So we go onto the hands, take all the weight to the right hand side, drop into your Cossack split, or your Cossack squat even. Keep your butt low, ease your way to the other side. And we're going to take the hands away, staying low. And change. And change. And once more. And to the center, go wider. Go a little forwards and a little back. A little forwards and a little back. Walk all the way back, bring yourself to the floor. Keeping the feet as wide as you can. From there, we're going all the way to the right-hand side. We're latching onto the foot, bringing the opposite hand up and over, and try to make sure you're feeling a stretch here along the obliques and up towards the ribs as you pull over. And change to the other side. Come back to the center, push yourself tall once again, and lean forward. So we're really looking at keeping the chest up, reaching the hands forward. When you reach that point where you've got a comfortable stretch, go a little more until it's slightly uncomfortable, we hold. Squeeze, driving your heels into the floor, hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax, lean forward a little more. Squeeze, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Relax, and forward a little more. Squeeze, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring it back up. Lean back slightly. Pull the feet back in. We're going to make this a little worse in a second, but just squeeze in. Take a little roll if you have room. Excellent. Cross the legs, you go forehead to the floor. Something's a little tight there. Okay, just bring the forehead to the floor. I'll catch up with you in a second. Oh, it's just cramping. There we go. Okay, so we're going to start like this. So sitting in a tall sit as best you can, hands about knees or out as far as your knees. We're going to begin with lifting the left leg and we're pulsing for 10, then right leg for 10. We're going to do 5 sets. Okay, so it'll just be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 sets done. 4, 5, 6, 7,
Just
8,
making sure that we keep
9,
the hands
10.
past the knees.
1,
Past
2,
the knees with the
3,
hands.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 sets done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4 sets done. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, cross over. Only 3 sets of 10 here. We're looking for a lift. It's not going to be very big or very satisfying. Maybe get 8 to 12 inches. But squeeze at the top of each one. Going for a set of 10. I'll go to the other side. Staying with it. As I said, this won't feel big until you've done a few sets. Try the other one. And it counterbalances a lot of the stuff that we're doing with the abduction of the hip. The adduction of the hip kind of gets neglected. So it's just a little bit of balancing work. Last set. You might notice they don't lift quite so high or as happily. Good. We're going to need a chair or a wall, whatever you have handy. Okay. Right, so this part we are building up. So we're going to start with turning kick, heel pulled all the way back, knee directly to the front, and we're going to work from hip height upwards, every kick coming up by a centimeter or two, and we're going to go for 10, okay? There's no rush to these kicks. I'd like them to be very slow, not like slow motion, but just control. And each time we're going a bit higher. So let's just do 10 off the right. We'll see how we go. So open it, 1. Open it, staying as tall as you can.
That's it. And maybe take the front hand off the wall, so just so it's not pulling the body a bit. There you go. Yeah, that's it. Good, yeah. That's it. Just so it doesn't pull the body.
And if your hips are a little fatigued, even from the initial exercises and stretches, okay, just work to keep the technique accurate. Let the height drop to your struggle point. Hold it there and appreciate the technique.
That's it. And again, on that side, now make sure you were looking at every kick, and don't have the front hand pull the body. So bring the front hand, and you even use the front hand to pull that leg back, to pull the heel back.
Good.
Yeah, there you go.
And I'd like to be feeling it here and here as we continue to work, yeah? Okay, for the next one, we're going to be doing in, again, the same kind of speed. So like 0 power, but also reduced speed. Side pressing to side checking or to side piercing kick, okay? So the idea will be the first kick just goes here. It finishes with the knee soft, just above the knee on thigh level. Bottom foot doesn't pivot. Then we're going to pivot and extend. So we're going to have 1, 2. We come back down. Nice and slow and repeated. We're going to do 8 times each leg. really work on the when you pivot. No pivot, pivot. And what we should see is that that first pivot is, or lack of pivot is hard because it's all now hip flexor, which we've fatigued to lift the knee into position, okay? So let's keep working it. Hip flexor, place. Pivot. Oh, we haven't worked this one as much, okay? Hip flexor, place. Pivot, extend. Let's have a look. Good, Sam.
Yeah, Sam, just on the second one, don't let the front hand pull back behind you. Keep it up in a high position.
So I really want to see that pivot on the standing leg, folks. So as I'm lifting from here, there is nothing happening on my standing leg. As I come to here, that's when the pivot happens and I extend. So this is all hip flexor, check. Pivot, pierce. Hip flexor, check, pivot, pierce. Good. 1, 2. Yeah, think of like lift in place. We want to lift it and stop it. And this is what you're going to find this much easier once we go to fast speed. But let's make sure we get our 8 in slow, steady movement. And out. Whoops. Okay. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. No movement, kicking off the front leg. This, by the way, comes into Moon Moo. So for those of you aspiring 4 degrees and higher, yes. But it's also not a million miles from what you do in Kwange. So anyone who's going to be a first degree needs to consider this kind of movement. The difference is in Kwange, I'm coming here and I am pressing through to a straight leg. In Moon Moo, we are checking. So we're going to not kick to break anything. We're just going to place our foot to stop someone kicking through. So from our L stance, place. We're placing the foot here. And then we're going to pivot. Place and pivot. In Moon Moo, we'll have a side thrusting kick with the ball of the foot. But for right now, I just want you to do 6 times each leg. Place, hit. Steady, fast. Okay? So we want as smooth as we possibly can. Steady, fast. Let's try that. 6 times each leg. Jess, that looks nice. Go on, Ben. And I'm good, Shane. Go on, Etna, let's have a look. Yes. Now, the only thing I can't see, Etna, is your standing leg. So I know you're flexible, so I just want to make sure that standing leg pivots. I can't see it right now. I'm hoping it is. Because the flexible people can kind of get away with going 1, 2, and the bottom foot doesn't turn. But you miss out a little bit on the power. So we do want to see that pivot from the finish of the first kick. Lift your knee, pivot this foot. So here, 1 and 2. Good effort, Sam. 1. Yeah. On. So now, certainly for the black belts, I want to see if we can work on the rhythm. That's nice thing of place and smash. Okay. So we want that kind of softer and then stronger. Soft breath, strong breath. Good, Shane. Nice. Soft breath, strong breath. Good effort, Jess. Lengthen the first one just a little bit. We keep the knee slightly bent, but lengthen it a little bit more. Just that. 1 to here. And out. Balance. Okay. Right. So we need our chair or our wall once more. Thanks, chair. So this time, we're going to be working the hip through 2 positions. So I want to go from side kick, open to kind of a high knee, and back to side kick. So what we're looking at is here, lift, open, and back to here. And this is all going to be done under the control of your arm. All we're going to try and do is bring the knee up as high as we possibly can, letting the hips open to this position and come back down into the side kick. Okay, so if you like, it's the kind of feeling that we get as the knee travels there for the hook kick. Okay, so we're going to start at our knee position here for the side kick. Open, let your standing foot rotate, and then bring it back. So we're looking for lift, open, and back. And just 6 times. Lift, open, don't fall. Okay. Lift, open, bring it back. Lift, open, bring it back. Lift, open, and bring it back. Let's try on the other side. Lift it up.
Yeah.
And
And
then,
you can even use that hand to lift the leg.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, use the hand. Use the hand on the leg. Yeah, there you go. That's it. Because using the hand will allow you to get just a little bit extra range.
That's what we're
Feel that
after. Good, good, good. And we are looking at that kind of movement. Okay. Good effort, Jeff. Nice. So we're going to also work a little bit of mobility and then come back into one more kick. So what I'd like you to try, okay, we're going to do 2 or 3 variants of this stretch. First one is perfect stretch. So what we're going to do is start here, and we're looking to get this stretch to where the left hand comes under and around the left foot. So we're going to be this way, and we're going to ease back into it. And the goal is to try and bring this hip as close to the heel on the same side as we can, and this hip as close to the floor as we can. And we're going to ease into that one. I can bring this elbow down to the ground as well. Let's see how we go. So I'm looking to push right down, hips down, down, down towards that heel. The knee is passing behind the shoulder. And just explore the bottom of that stretch. Heel down, knee past the shoulder, opening up the hip flexors.
Yeah, so Ching, if you come back up a little bit, so come back up, stretch your tall. Yeah, think about pushing forward over that, your knee over your toes. Get the front knee out but closer to the toes. Yeah, come up tall. Yeah, come
We're
up
going to
tall
work
for
the
a
other
sec.
version of that in
Oh,
just
yeah,
a second.
yeah,
Another
but
10
just
seconds here.
yeah, don't worry about leaning forward too much for a moment. Yeah, get that push over that front leg first, and then you can start to lower the shoulder and
Now,
that to the floor.
there is a weird version of this. So what we're going to do is keep the hand inside the foot now and walk the back foot back. You'll start to feel the stretch in the upper hamstring near the glute. Keeping the shoulders low. And staying here for another 10. And come out. Just want to stand up, circulate the blood a little bit, shake both legs, and we're going to go back into that on the other side. And again, you can spend time wherever your particular restriction is. I'm going to do this next one going this way just so it's a little clearer. Okay, hold together knee. So bring the right hand underneath and through, bringing my knee forward over the toes. And then I'm looking to push my hips down from here towards that front heel. Keeping the heel down. And again, once you're down there, you can play around getting the elbow down Keeping the knee on the outside of my shoulder. Okay, from there, putting the hand back where it was. I'm going to go low on this side and walk my back foot back. And I stop whenever my upper hamstring feels like it wants to explode. Just come out of that. Okay, one last one. Again, adopting that position. So we're taking the knee to the chest, other leg completely long. We're then going to reach onto the inside towards the heel, grab the floor, and we're going to try and pull the knee down to the floor on the outside of the shoulder. There's no point in me turning sideways. I'll give you an awful example of this one. But pull the knee towards the floor on the outside of the shoulder. Heel towards the ceiling if you can. Sole of the foot towards the ceiling.
So if you put your hand on the other side of your foot, Sam, there you go. Yeah, that's the idea. Oh, bend the leg, Ching. So bend the leg and try and push the knee then down to the floor with the leg bent. Yes, yeah. And then if you bring your hand on the other side of your foot, that should become a little bit easier.
Relax, let's try on the opposite side. So grabbing here, extend that leg. So we start just pulling here, reach through, heel and sole of the foot to the ceiling, pull down. If you find this leg lifting, a little bit like mine is, hip flexors are tight. You could do a little work. And relax. And up we go. So we're going to work a little bit on high twisting kick. Okay, so normal twisting kicks we have at the low, middle, and then high is aiming up here. Okay, so what we're looking to do first of all is set the front foot not directly forward, maybe slightly off, which gives you a little bit of room to get your hips offline. We need to soften this leg as we lean into it and lift our butt to let us go this direction, okay? So it's going almost this way. So the idea is I have to get my butt out of the way a little bit to the side as I'm kicking up here, bringing my foot up to my hands on the inside and then out to the side. So that's what we're going to look to do is soak the weight on here, lift the heel, kick away. And as you get used to this, the direction of the foot should be out and back so that if I have a buddy here that is besides me, I'm a bit too close to the edge here, but the kick is moving back directly towards his face. I suppose I could do it this way, so that the kick is moving directly back towards him. That's what we're aiming for. So I want you to take your time with this. Break each kick into those 2 or 3 movements. The step, lift, kick. This way. 1, 2. And get a feel for it. Yeah, the goal is definitely to be lifting your heel and kicking behind. Give it a try. Yeah. Yeah, think about the direction it needs to travel to hit the dude here. Back into the side of the head. Need to sponge the hip to one side so I can bring it back. Different from the middle one. Middle one, I'm going here. So attacking through by the knee. And just sit into the hip a little bit to get an impact.
Yeah, not bad, Jing.
Yeah. And I would say for this one, it's absolutely okay to be on your toes. So to let the kicking or the non-kicking foot lift on the toes, to let the hips move, to lay back a little bit, to let the kick come up there. You almost want to get everything out of the way so you can kick back over. That's the idea. Jing, not too bad. Right, let's have a quick look. Weird one, I know, folks. Not bad. Yeah, if we come too straight up, even to a degree, Ben, if I come straight up, there's no way I can do a front kick past my shoulder. It just doesn't fit. So I've got to kind of maneuver my hips out of the way a little bit and then kick back beyond them. So it's the sitting action here that as I lift my leg up and I sit back into it. And that's kind of like where my heel lifts, my knee on my standing leg carries forward. It opens my hips out of the way to go that way. Go that way. It's a weird movement. Yeah, it's a weird movement. Yeah, it's one actually that I must go and find. Years ago, I saw a little bit of a tutorial clip that Brendan Dugan did. And it's just like this is good, this is not so good, just of the movement. And if you can get the feel for where your hips need to be, then the whole thing gets a little bit easier. Okay, for our last 10 minutes, I want to focus a little bit on not that particular kick or any kick in particular, but just a couple of quick hand combinations or sequences of hand combinations, and I'll do them specifically to the grade. So starting with Sam, okay, and I'll give you your movement, and then I want you to go ahead and do 12 of them, and I'll move on to black tags, and then I'll move on to the black belt. So for Sam, what I'm looking for is stepping forward San Maki. From here, you move your front foot and get into the pushing block, so the forearm pushing block. And from there, we're going to adjust the front foot one more time, and we make a circular block. 1, 2, 3, and we'll try that way. 1, 2, 3. So linking those 3 in sequence. For the black tags, I want to mess up some of the movements from Chung Mu. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the Dwijibun Sunko Tolji, the Dungshmuk, Napunde Opterigi, and then, so we have here. So this part of it, we're putting together, and then I want the step forwards into the inward and the back fist. So I'm just trying to figure, oh yeah, and then on this side, 1, 2, and inwards, back fist. 1, 2, inwards, back fist. And then for the black belts, let's just try this one. So again, mixing and matching between the patterns. We're going to be stepping forwards with downwards into rising. So from there into the twin four knuckle fist, and then we go on the opposite side, boom, and the four knuckle fist, and maybe third degrees and higher can do, pressing, relax, raise in X knife hand in continuous motion. So, and then on same on the other side. So let's try that for 12 and see how we go. Just to challenge you with some unusual combinations. Let me try a few of them myself. So black tags. We go black belt C.
Okay, so Sam, make sure the pushing block is L stance. That one should be L stance, yeah, and trying to bring it more around. So you're going to bring it around and push something out of the way. Yeah, more around, yeah. There you go, yeah, more
Yes.
around. Good.
Okay. So we begin the sequence again. So for Sam, we're going to step forward, knife hand, low guarding block in L stance. We're going to adjust the front foot into X fist pressing, twin fist vertical punch, and continuous motion. So from here, and then, and again, we'll go for 12 of those, Sam. For the black tags, we're going to have our U-shaped block into the jump, but we're going to step out of that into reverse knife hand high front strike. So this way. If we get the idea. So you're going to do, as with Chung Mu, jump to here, step forwards, and it's going to be the high front strike on the reverse side. Pull the front foot back here, jump, turn, land here, and we step forwards, boom. Pull the front foot back, go again. Okay, for the black belts, excuse me, we're going to go with Guchamaki, 9-shaped block, and we're going to combine that with side fist downward strike, and we're going to mess that up a little bit before we go into the next Guchamaki. So we're going to be stepping forwards, Guchamaki, right hand down. We go to Sujik Sugi, and we have the side fist downward strike. From there, actually, 1, 2, oh, sorry, I don't want to do that one exactly like that. Let's start with a bit of a mix. So a slide, and we'll go to the side fist downward strike, but we're going to do it in Moa Sugi. And we have from, oh, it's on the wrong side. Bear with me, I had this one half made up in my head. So we do the Guchamaki, we come to the closed stance this way, and then we'll do the 1 and 2 from Kwange on that side, and we step to Guchamaki, okay? So once more. We have Guchamaki, pull to close ready stance, side pressing, side piercing, Guchamaki, and repeat, moving away. Give that one a try. So we'll have a look at that once more. And then we'll do 6 one side, 6 the other. Good effort, Sam.
Squeeze the hands. Squeeze the hand, Sam. So proper fist. That's the idea, Jane. Yeah. 2, yeah, quite similar to what we did already. And then the Guchamaki.
That's it, Jing. 1. And then you can just go the other side, and away you go. Yes.
That goes in the middle, Saul. So center line.
Yeah. And then what did I throw into the black tags? Oh, yeah.
So the hand is this way, Saul. If you can see. With the thumb pulled across. With the hit with the reverse knife hand. She'd be hitting with the reverse knife hand across.
So yes, this needs to be
that way, yeah.
Philtrum level, but we do need to make sure that, so the easiest way I could describe that twin fist vertical punch is straight out from the shoulder, 40 degrees up. That will leave you with this kind of position. And then you just let the knuckles fall towards each other until they're 5 centimeters apart. And that's what we've got, which is incidentally the same kind of position as you'd be in a crescent punch. Okay, we'll finish with that one there. Just want to go to one more little leg exercise before we're done. 20 fire hydrants each leg, call it quits for tonight. So again, squeeze and hold at the top. Mr. Williams will be the arbiter. He's going to, if he can't see you, just keep telling you to squeeze at the top. Let's go. 20 times.
Yeah, so take a time to pause and squeeze the top. A little bit lower, slower, Sam. Slower. Good, there you go, yeah. Squeeze the top. So 20 is a small enough number for these, but if we go slow, it should feel like 40.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
20 quality.
That's it. And don't let the body turn it as well. Try and keep the body forwards and let the hip do the work. Hip and the glutes. That's it. Nice and slow. Squeeze at the top, Ching. You're bouncing back there. Squeeze. Take that moment to hold. Hold at the top and down.
I've got 17 to go.
Hold at the top and down. That's it. Good, Sam. Good. That's it. And make sure you squeeze the top. Get that hold there. Saul's disappeared, so let's hope he's giving a good effort here. Lots of squeezing. That's it, Sam. Good stuff.
That'll do me. Would you believe I'm here? I don't know how long. And I just noticed that the second main light is out.
Oh, I meant to say that to you. It was like that the last day. Yeah, I meant to say that to you on Monday. Yeah, it's gone.
Must get on to now Sparky, and if any of them will come to work, we'll see what we can do. All right, folks. Go on, Sam. That's it. That last little squeeze to the finish. Jess is milking for extra quality. Good work. Okay, that's us for tonight. Mr. Williams will be with you on Wednesday. I'll be there, of course, as well. Hopefully, we'll have additional exercises put up to each of the grades by then as well. And failing that, have a good evening. See you Wednesday. Chadit. Kyungye. Take one. Hey, Sam. Good night.